Hello, my sexy and beautiful people of the internet. My name is Diego, also known as the Chilean Retro Gamer. And here is another update video after pretty much 4 months. The last one was in April. And I should have made an update video in July. But it's been a kind of a difficult month. Especially July, it's been kind of a difficult month. I'm still looking for a job, unfortunately. And I've been lacking of motivation to keep making videos on regular basis. Same thing with the streams. Because I feel guilty. That's the main reason why I feel a little bit unmotivated to keep creating material, even though you have seen me upload videos pretty much every day, either here or on the different channels, but mostly live stream recordings or VODs. I'm not uploading or recording many pre-recorded videos, except in the Roulette of Sadness in Chilean Retro Gamer 4. It's like the only pre-recorded series I'm doing at the moment, because everything else it's being taken from a live stream from last year mostly. In the case of Capcom vs Konami especially. Not that I have been lazy, because I have had the time. I mean, I have no job, plenty of free time obviously, but again, I still feel very unmotivated, very guilty for doing that instead of, quote unquote, instead of looking for a job, even if I look for jobs all the time, every day. And in 6 months or 7 months, I have only gotten 2 interviews, which sucks. And I don't know for how longer this will continue, unfortunately. This probably would be another begging video like I did in April, even though I want to keep it short. I want to make this very clear, short, precise, concise. I'm always open to receive donations from people through PayPal. Take a look at the links in the description. If you cannot access the paypal.me link, you can just get to your PayPal account and basically send me a donation through the email retrojuegos@gmail.com. All the data is in the description in case you want to donate me through PayPal. If you have done it before, well, you know how to do it. There's nothing new to learn. So if you want to help me out to calm things down and allow me to get a little bit of cash money to be able to, basically transportation, that's what I need it mostly for, in order to, go to basically meet up with people or send my resume to, or go to certain places to leave my resume or whatever. So yeah, I'm done with the begging part. It's up to you guys if you want to donate or not, but of course, in this moment, it would be ideal if you guys can help me with anything. I'm gonna keep talking money, but not about the begging part as such. I already made it clear last time, and I would like to make it clear today that unfortunately, situation is not better. I would say it's a little bit worse. So any help is welcome. I also remember that in April, when I made the last update video, I told you that I lost my partnership with Fullscreen entirely. And that was a measure from YouTube, essentially, because MCNs, multi-channel networks, had to drop a bunch of channels. When I say a bunch, I'm talking basically thousands of channels that they have to drop off from their network, because they are potential users that can violate the guidelines of YouTube, the new policies of basically content that can violate the community guidelines on YouTube. I didn't violate anything. I don't have any strikes or any flags or anything. But basically, they dropped me off the network for let's say, precaution. And that's the same thing they did with a bunch of channels. They dropped them off because they basically are potential violators of the community guidelines. I am one of them. So basically, if 50 of the channels of any of these networks get any strikes or copyright issues or bans or anything, just 50 of their channels, the network loses entire participation with YouTube. So YouTube basically stops working with the networks entirely. So it's too much risk to have thousands and thousands of channels there working with them. So they drop off the ones that probably were not very profitable, and at the same time they are the ones that present the major or the biggest risk for their own existence, which is, I guess, a business decision. But now I applied to the AdSense program, the regular YouTube partner program, through the AdSense system, and I got approved a week ago. No, actually 5 days ago. And I have technically started making money of videos through ads again, which is in a way good news. However, most likely, even though the amount of money seems to be similar to the money I used to make on full screen, I'm most likely going to get paid in 4 more months from now, because you have to get to a threshold of $100, which obviously I haven't reached. I mean, I just started, but I won't be able to reach it for at least 3 months, which is the bad news. Anyway, I'm not going to ask you anything in that regard, because it's just a matter of you watching the videos. And, well, if you have ad block activated, well, too bad. I mean, if you don't want me to win anything at all, I don't take it personal. I guess you blocked it because you hate ads. But at the same time, you have to know that you are not helping at all to any of your creators by not letting them get any money out of that. But I guess the percentage of people who use AdBlock is very minimal. Actually, it wouldn't make too much of an impact on the total amount of money it would make. So it's not something that makes me angry. But in all honesty, yeah, ads are very annoying, but I don't use AdBlock because I think about others that might potentially get benefits out of my watching their videos. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, I recover partnership for now. Let's see for how long I'll be able to do that, and if it gets any benefit or how often I can get paid, etc. So let's keep talking money. I have to make this short and sweet because I actually have to go soon. So Patreon. I said many times in previous update videos especially that probably I wouldn't make a Patreon because my content has always been for free. Why would I charge for new content now if it has always been free? Besides, if people have ads activated, they're helping me in a way. Okay? If people want to donate, it's up to them. Okay? That was my way of thinking until recently, I would say. I was actually checking out patrons from other people and been talking to a couple of fellow live streamers on Twitch who use Patreon. And they actually gave me very good business reasons, actually, to actually create a Patreon. The thing is, guys, basically pledging to a Patreon page has many implications. Probably the laziest one is support me on Patreon, but basically I give nothing in return. It's basically like a donation. I asked for donations. I did 5 minutes ago, but it's up to the people to actually pay whatever amount they want because they want to help me out in this difficult situation. But at the same time, when I was talking to this couple of Twitch streamers, one of them is a YouTuber. I'm not going to mention any names. They're not that popular either, anyway. But they actually have Patreons, and they're probably as popular, probably slightly more popular than myself, and they actually get very good results with a Patreon. Why? Because they offer things in exchange. Yeah, you might say exclusive content. What's the news? The news is, guys, I am in a difficult and in a way desperate situation. And I have said in a number of times that it's not easy to beg for money, to ask for money. It's not comfortable to talk to unknown people and ask for their money, even though these unknown people are willing to pay that money. So I think it's fair to actually ask for their money by offering something in return. I do this for a hobby. It's not my job. I don't plan this to become my full-time job. I mean, it would be fucking ideal, but I know it's not possible to do that for someone like myself. And probably wouldn't be too interested either. I studied 2 different degrees for a fucking reason, right? Not to become a YouTuber my whole life. That would, again, no matter how much I love games, we all know that's not possible for any YouTuber at all. Let's be clear. But yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on what Patreon is, how it works. And I think it would be a good opportunity for people to donate with the expectation of reaching something that could be cool in terms of content. Not just donating because I ask you to. So people can donate because they will receive something cool in return. And that something cool is exclusive content. Different content from usual. Haven't decided what exactly, but again, in the same way people are willing to pay with nothing in return, yeah, they would say, yeah, but your videos are cool. I love watching your videos. It's cool to contribute with anything I can every now and then. That's the argument I get from people who donate. But I still feel a little bit guilty for doing that. So I would like to open up a Patreon with actual rewards. So when you pay with something in mind to get something in return. I still don't know. Maybe something simple as a shout out. Did I pronounce it well? Shout out, yeah. Saying hello to you, a game request, special access or exclusive access to specific playthrough that probably a lot of people will want me to watch, but I haven't done it on YouTube publicly. And maybe if we reach a certain goal, we will be able to do a big event. Things like that. Things that motivate people to keep pledging and donating. I'm going to be realistic. I'm not expecting anybody to pledge. And if people do, will be 2, 3, 4 max. So if I do this, most likely I will, because again, the situation is not as easy as let's keep making videos for free forever. I do need to do something about it. And I think Patreon is basically a good way to thank and encourage people to pay. Again, I was one of those who criticized the usage of Patreon. But at the same time, I have the right to... It's like selling a game. It's like selling a good, a product. People decide if they buy it or not. People will actually pay for the product that they actually want to buy or not. Besides, and this probably was the most convincing point when I was talking to these other creators, I mentioned to them that I have a bunch of channels with a bunch of content on every of these channels, that I put basically videos on regular basis, on weekly basis, I would say. And they asked me a very simple question. Do you make money off those videos? The answer is no. Since the only partner channel now is this one, the main channel, but channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, Naked Gaming, and all the 4 secondary channels are not monetized. The videos of those channels are not monetized. So people watch them for free. Pretty much 80 to 90%, I would say 80% of my content is for free. So they told me literally this, almost quote unquote. You have all the right to sell the remaining 20% of your content like you were selling a product. And I found it very reasonable, in all honesty. Basically, people would get angry because YouTube, it's been always free. Why would it sell something if things are always for free? Well, because number one, the context and my monetary situation is different from what it used to be 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. When I used to make a lot of money off YouTube, I used to have a regular job giving lessons of English. And I was still studying. I didn't have the let's say, moral obligation to get out there and get an actual job. But now that I do, and things are difficult, interviews are difficult to get, it's difficult to have the requirements for sending an application, I have to do what I can do. And what is it I can do? Internet content. Video game, let's plays, or whatever. People are willing to pay for those or not. But I think there is nothing wrong. Again, this was the argument that ended up convincing me completely. It's up to the people to actually pay for those or not. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. Probably I'm going to be recording a very long game, 4 or 5 hours of gameplay, and probably one person will watch it because it was the only one who pledged. But they told me this, and they were very clear. You better make a buck doing it than receiving nothing for not trying it. And it actually convinced me. And it will make the rewards worth your time, guys. I'm not going to ask for $1 million to do a super marathon of Final Fantasy, but I can do a playthrough of whatever Final Fantasy game I'm playing it for the first time if somebody gives me a reasonable amount of money. I can do a special marathon if we reach a certain goal. A reasonable goal. Not a fucking $1 million, but it could be 100. Those are things that I actually have to think about. And take my time and make appropriate announcement when the time comes. In all honesty, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially considering what I was told at first. 80% of your content is for free, and that will remain that way. And instead of making people donate to you for nothing specific in return, instead of giving out the money, make it seem like a purchase. They donate to you, but they get something they want, as long as it is something related to what you give them usually, in this case, gaming content. Give them that in return. It's fair for everybody. You get your money, you get the money you need in desperate times, and at the same time, those people who are willing to give you something will get something extra in return. And I found it fair, in all honesty. I found it very reasonable too. So guys, as you can see, I'm not a narrow-minded person. Well, I have told you this many times. I used to think certain things in a specific way years ago, and now I completely changed my mind. It doesn't mean you are not a person who has convictions or a firm way of thinking, but it actually speaks about tolerance, being able to listen to others' opinions and think about them and basically make sense out of them. I don't think it's a problem. It's more of a virtue than a negative feature of yourself, being able to change your mind about things. Especially since, again, situation is difficult, and I think I have to take measures, and I think Patreon is one of them. And again, it will be a fair thing to do for everybody. For me to get the money I ask for, instead of begging, I offer something in return. It would be more fair, in all honesty. Sorry for making this video all about the money, but I think it was necessary to give you the news about my partnership getting back, even if it's through the AdSense system, and at the same time my decision of most likely start using a Patreon, even though I'm not a big guy on YouTube, not gonna get many pledges, but at least I want to reward those who will make the effort to actually pay me money, because probably one or two people will do it, and I want to reward them for that. And that probably would be an incentive for others to do it and get the benefits from that. But I want everybody to have their share. Me in terms of money, and you in terms of better content. More and better content for yourselves. Again, it's like buying a product. It's like renting something. You pay for something that you basically use in your own benefit. In this case, entertainment, which is what I can do at the moment. Thank you guys. Probably next week I will do another update video reminding you, or basically probably with a decision made about the Patreon part, explaining things about how it's going to work, and also updates in regards to the live streaming for YouTube and Twitch, and the current state of the channels across YouTube. That will take an entire new video, easily half an hour. So that's why I want to cut it here and make another video on that. Thank you guys. Sorry for talking money all this time. But again, I wouldn't do it if I didn't need it, as I said last time. Goodbye, and thank you.